After 22 years, Joe Sr. has begun to deny them. Now, in a twist, guess what? There is another woman named Cadence, and she also claims Joe Sr. is her father. But guess what? Joe Jr. and Josiah have never met Cadence. So listen to how these recent revelations have turned these three young lives upside down.
I'm angry because our father Joe was never in our life. For last week, I haven't seen him in 17 years.
I have no memories of my father from childhood. I didn't meet Joe till I was 16. And the first thing he said to me is he wanted a DNA test.
Being the oldest of 5 kids, I had to turn to the streets to provide for my family. We had no money, no food, and no father.
I was teased about Joe Sr. not being around when I was little. I was told that he didn't want me. I felt so much pain, and it still hurt. Recently, we found out that we might have a half-sister named Cadence. We never met her. My father made babies all over and abandoned them.
For 22 years, I've been Joe Jr. Why the hell do he need a DNA test now? Why wasn't this done when we were kids?
When this test proves that Joe Sr. is our father, he needs to start being the father that we always deserved.
Okay. So as you see, there is a third possible child named Cadence that Joe Sr. is also denying. And today, by the way, this is going to be the first time that Joe Jr. and Josiah will meet their possible half-sister face-to-face. And by the way, this will also be the first time that Cadence ever meets her possible father, Joe Sr. All right, what were you told about your father?
Yeah, he was always in the street, you know. He ain't never come around.
By the way, because he was in the street, where did you end up?
In the street, just like him.
How about you, Josiah? When was the last time you saw him?
When I was 16 years old, and he told me he wanted a DNA test.
Did you say anything to him then? Or were you too embarrassed?
I was embarrassed and hurt at the same time.
This was 4 years ago. Was the last time you ever saw him?
Right.
You saw him, what, like a week ago?
Yes,
the first time you remember him?
Yes, sir. About 17 years.
17 years since you've seen him. Did you ask him why he wanted a test on you?
Yeah, because I'm like, you know, you saying my birth certificate when I was little, so like, why you want to test now?
You got his name.
Yeah, if you had doubt, well, you could have got it back then.
So, you all, the two of you, grew up together, right? With the same mother?
Yes, sir. In the same house.
Did you ever hear of this third person?
We heard about some more kids, you know, but other than that, we ain't
How many kids do you think he has?
16, 17. If he abandoned us 3, how many more he abandoned?
So you're going to meet Cadence for the first time?
Yes, sir.
Does this all come about because Joe wanted this DNA test? Is that where it came about? Who called the show?
Me.
You did. What was your childhood like since you didn't meet him until you were 16?
It was very emotional. I used to get teased a lot, and growing up without a father, it hurted me like.
All the kids in school teased you.
Right, and you couldn't like do much things like without your daddy.
You want him to be your father?
Yes.
How about you, Joe?
I ain't had no daddy, so I turned to the games for love, you know. I had to provide for my family. I'm the oldest of 5 kids, you know.
So you ended up feeling responsible, so you had to go out and earn money any way you could.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, it was the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
I want to show you a picture of the 3 of you, right? Joe Sr. and the 2 of you all. You think you look alike? How about you, Josiah?
The same nose. Same little ugly fingers.
Have you all heard anything about Cadence?
No, she had inboxed me like on Facebook and telling me like she's supposed to be my sister, and she was like she wanted to get to know me.
She has a completely different history than the 2 of you,
Right?
Because she had another mother, Her mother was white. And in fact, she was adopted out.
Yeah.
And so she was never even with her birth mother.
Right.
And she was adopted by a white family. So she was really confused when she was growing up.
Right.
We are going to meet all of them in a second, but first, we're going to bring out who you believe to be your dad. Here he is, Joe Sr. Good to see you, Joe. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Welcome. Have a seat. Joe, this young man your son?
It's a possibility.
Is this young daughter your daughter?
It's a possibility.
Possibility.
You don't think you all look alike?
Saying, like, why you saying my birth certificate like? I'm just saying.
Like when he was born, he came out looking like the neighbor, like a straight up Mexican. So. And then his mama, I ain't gonna talk bad about their mama, but their mama was, you know, they was saying other people too, so.
Did you question these kids from the get-go?
Yes. From day one.
Why you saying my birth certificate for them? You question, I'm just saying like, if you know my mom was doing all this and doing all this, like, why you saying my birth certificate? You know, I don't even
I
go to
felt like it was a responsibility thing to do, because I was with your mama. It was a possibility it could be mine.
But if it was a possibility, then why you didn't get a DNA test then?
I tried.
It's been 20 years.
It's been 22 for me. I'm really mad. You hear me?
But y'all can't put the blame on me, though. Y'all can't put all the blame on me, though.
You shouldn't have saying my birth certificate. I'm talking about like, come on, man.
I saw both of y'all birth certificate.
You gave me your whole name. Like, come on, man. I ain't with none of this. None of this.
Joe, do you feel any responsibility that this young man ended up in the streets?
Yes, I do. If I was there, it wouldn't have been like that. I did my best to be there. I tried. I really tried my best to be there.
I ain't never seen him. He ain't never came to no birthday or nothing.
No, I live like 1,000 miles away from where they stay at.
Yeah. He can send a postcard. He can send a postcard or something. Anything.
The phone, right? Anything.
Joe, I don't want to pry, but how many kids do you